Sending the sentinel.
Threat detected.
Let's see how these sharpshooters like being the bullseye.
Hastening to cover. Commencing guidance. Maintaining perfect.
Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
Breaking for cover. I refuse it.
Back at Winter's Grasp, I found someone was continuing Anais, Sir Bujold's research. Believe I have a lead on their identity. I wholly agree. I pieced together information from earlier leading to Golden Ridge on Dorado. Oddly enough, to the anchor hold at Matriarch's Mercy Monastery. I had Val set the location on our map. I recognize we're juggling multiple crises, but I'd suggest we journey there sooner than later. May the plan favor us against long odds.
Trooper Silong has been released from service. Updating Team Index. How may this unit assist you, Commander? Readying database.
Smells like paint and agitated. That elevator over there goes to the Supreme Arbiter's old office. I hope the technicians have kept it in working order. I believe what we need is on that terminal. I'll see if I can find my way in. The terminal's locked, which is no surprise. See if you can find some method to bypass its passcode. Did you hear that? I think something may have unlocked. We must finish reading through that terminal. The elevator's been summoned from below. Someone's come...
Consul Thoreau, I'm sure you're surprised to be receiving this message, and thus I can assume you already know my intent. Even considering aligning myself against the Sovereign is like sticking my hand in boiling oil. Yet my dead charges spur me forward. 10 scores of Arcadia's finest, at least 10 scores, died in defense of Golden Ridge. And does the region lie in our control? No. We fled like sprats, all at Varric's behest. I shall lower myself to work with you, Consul. I will help you uphold your plan to... Hold... What in blazes? How long have you been standing there? What did you hear?
I cannot believe what I heard. I cannot. Yes, I'm fine, because I think I understand what was actually happening. My mentor hated the Consul and was deeply devoted to the Sovereign. She'd never speak thus, unless she was trying to lure the Consul into a trap.
Those unable to accept the truth do often invent their own.
What I'm proposing is eminently plausible. It may be beyond you to see her machinations, but it's obvious to me that this was merely an intricate play. It's all that makes sense. It's not obvious to me. You didn't know her. Wait, do you hear that?
Arbiter Rao, I finally got you. Submit quietly to the Protectorate's justice for your manifold transgressions.
Are you insane? Who are you? And on whose authority do you claim to judge me?
My name is Junior Arbiter Mayhall, and I operate on Arbiter Mandate, as you did once. Now, no questions. This is already going to be difficult enough.
Logical. The Sentinels have all but taken over central control. It stands to reason the few Arbiters still trained here would only be Sentinels in armored regalia.
I not deny that central control has changed, but... What am I saying? I need not defend myself from the likes of you.
Enough. This has been an unpleasant day, and my patience is gone. Your accusations are baseless, and accosting a higher-ranked Arbiter is grounds for arbitration.
They're far from baseless. You stand accused of abandoning your post, of infiltrating Protectorate facilities with opaque aims, and of hampering the Protectorate war effort. There's discussion to be had with criminals. I needed to see firsthand that Arbiter Rao had abandoned his station. He has, and must meet my judgment.
Accusations of yours are slander. If you believe false bravado shall save you from my wrath, you're sorely mistaken. At Oculus, and again at the Vox, you showed me that the law may be interpreted. Clemency can be granted where before it would be unthinkable. Here my sense of duty clamors to be answered. But as much as it surprises me to admit it, I think you're correct. To this recruit, I've diverged from the path of righteousness. Slaying her for sincerely trying to do what is right would be a farce of justice. Not so. Two of the Sovereign's chosen coming to odds with one another is nigh unheard of. I must interpret this situation to minimize damage to the Protectorate.
What is this insanity? I would never imagine an Arbiter balking from their chosen course. I had hoped Arbiter Rao would come to his senses, but obviously to no avail. I may not wish to judge him. I may not understand what has come over him. It is of no consequence. His crimes against the Protectorate are all that matters.
The ex-Protectorate subject there had been mentally refreshed. Killing him would have accomplished nothing, despite his crimes, as he was merely a pawn to someone else.
That's even worse than I thought. You chose not to do your duty, and expect telling me so would soften my decision to judge you?
The Supreme Arbiter taught me to follow my own sense of justice, and I have. Use your mind. Think about what I did, what you intend to do. Is this moral? Is this right?
No, no. It's clear that you're trying to turn me against our leaders, and I shall die before I allow that to happen.
Blast. I'd hoped we'd be able to avoid this. Very well. Junior Arbiter Mayhall, I accuse you of slandering a senior arbiter and threatening violence against his person. I find you guilty on all counts. Prepare for absolution.
What? You went through the trouble to stay my hand, yet you still seek to judge me? Then you shall meet my judgment after all.
Avoid it.
Invasive elements!
Have eyes on them.
Adversary vulnerabilities identified. Reviving me is strategic.
Punitive action.
Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Combatant scan.
I would not refuse assistance.
I have a fix on their weaknesses. Adversary vulnerabilities identified.
You have my thanks and my hammer. I suppose that's that. I had hoped that altercation could be solved without bloodshed. Killing a fellow Arbiter brings me no joy.
I'd say you didn't hope hard enough then. You had a choice, even if you were too hull-headed to see it.
This was an unusual situation. You're right. I did what I could in the moment. And ultimately, executing Mayhall was what had to be done. All this excitement did not make me forget the confession on the Supreme Arbiter's terminal. I have to bring it to Virgil. Together, we can discover exactly what transpired. Agreed. I'm not sure of his whereabouts since last we encountered him. I'll send him a message. With luck, we'll hear from him before long.
Invasive element!
I shall not stay your execution.
Check your scopes for combatant analysis. Reviving me is strategically optimal.
Sort of peculiar.
None shall stand against us! Despite your advanced age and apparent frailty, I note you to be remarkably robust.
Thank you, dear. Despite your apparent incredible stupidity, I find you only mostly stupid.
No need to spit venom. The old and the infirm are typically granted passive roles, if any roles at all, within protection. Prosecuted!
Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
Replenishing my...
Check your scopes for combatant analysis.
Perfect!
I have a fix on their weaknesses.
Guardians of our beneficent ruler, the console.
Only the it possesses the advanced technology and know-how behind the mental refreshment process. That's why we are all happy and contented, and others are not.
Rather
To battle!
Also not. Adversary vulnerabilities.
In our midst!
I am low.
Gray gone astray? Book a stay today. Come in, come right in, and be refreshed.
It is the duty of every protector and subject to ensure they are operating at peak efficiency at all times. The power requires it. That's why mental refreshment is so important.
The mental refreshment process increases tractability.
That scum! That miserable scum! To think he would stoop so low as to overthrow the Sovereign! I shall not rest until the Consul pays for his treachery, and Arcadia's rightful ruler is reinstated. Do you truly believe this to be a fine time for a snide remark? Now? I fear how my fellow subjects will respond to this news. I believe that most will remain loyal to the Sovereign, but I will need to deal with those who strayed.
Advanced technology and know-how behind the mental refreshment process. That's why we are all happy and contented, and others are not.
That it does. How long has this conspiracy been in motion without my realizing? The very thought makes my blood boil. I sincerely doubt this is the end of my thoughts related to the matter, but we've wasted enough time with my ruminating. Let us be off.
While there are many mental refreshment facilities...
Are you ready to realign with the paradigm? To shed all manner of imperfect thoughts?
All it takes is a light instruction, a restorative cocktail,
And a quick dip into the lathe of particularity to ablate your imperfections.
I'm Head Refresher Gould, and I guarantee when you exit our doors,
You'll be a productive member of our perfect society again. Soon you'll say,
goodbye, imperfect thoughts. Hello, contentment.
As an arbiter, I welcome any procedure that...
Greetings, subjects. Or should I say, welcome to the Wellnetarium. You're not on my schedule. A walk-in, then. Wonderful. Once you're properly evaluated, we'll have you well on your way to refreshment.
This is all a mite strange, but perhaps we should play along.
Oh, you appear to have questions. A telltale sign of needing refreshment.
That's why mental refreshment is so important.
The mental refreshment process increases tractability, stifles undue agitation.
Why, of course. Naturally. It is the duty of every subject to submit for a quick mental tune-up whenever we experience imperfect thoughts or lack a little zeal. Placid Waters Wellnetarium is the primary mental refreshment facility on Praetor. We are tasked with ensuring local subjects are serene, untroubled, and operating at peak efficacy. Simply step over to my automechanical colleague to my left, / your right, and it will begin your assessment.
Greetings, subject unscheduled. Welcome to Placid Waters Wellnetarium. Evaluation commencing. Subjects are required to respond 100% accurately to all queries. Bespoke prescribed regimens may produce untoward ramifications if baseline data is greater than minutely erroneous. Query 1. Concisely characterize your personal perspective. Incorrect. The accepted answer is, I fulfill my duty to the Sovereign as a loyal protectorate subject by operating at peak efficacy, without error, perpetually. Each a vital cause. Query 2. Rate your present level of zealous efficaciousness on a scale of 1 to 5. 5 being the highest, 3 being a traitor, 1 being dead. Incorrect. Wait, processing. That was correct. No subject has ever answered that query accurately before to date. The degree of zealous efficaciousness expected of a dutiful and true subject of the Protectorate is beyond measure. Query 3. Do you ever fall prey to imperfect thoughts, including, but not limited to, doubt, disbelief, uncertainty, curiosity, recalcitrance, and mischief? Unacceptable. A perfect society demands perfect thoughts. Imperfection is impossible when the mind is a thing of symmetry. Final query. How would your neighbors describe you?
Cognitive compliance is a key part of your prescribed curative regime. Think only prescribed...
Unsatisfactory response. The appropriate reply was, they never questioned, never doubted. Their zeal never lagged. Formulating conclusion. Phrenometric matrix delineated. Subject evaluation score total 200 out of 200. The acceptable amount for a true and dutiful Protectorate subject is 0. In conclusion, you are in dire need of mental refreshment. Now, proceed to the nearby pneumatic tube to collect your complimentary unitard and lift pass. Next, proceed one floor down, where you will be directed further. Our realignment with the paradigm begins now.
While there are many mental refreshment facilities to be found throughout our
irregularities have all been abraded.
Wellnetarium here on Praetor is uniquely special.
It is personally overseen by Head Refresher Gould, the top...
You'll feel ever so much better once your
Your
phrenometric
realignment with the paradigm begins now.
than ever. Remember, collective cognitive compliance is a key part of our perfect society.
They would deem I resolve inadequate.
Insanity.
Their analysis is clearly faulty.
I have answers to questions and no questions to answer.
Medicament dispensement has concluded for today.
It is the duty of every protector.
Settle down, everyone. Lecture's playing. Prepare to be edified. For today's topic, we'll touch on why our program is so very important. Ignorant, misguided outsiders may wonder, why does the Protectorate need mental refreshment? Doesn't it inhibit personal freedom? Yet this freedom...
Greeting, unscheduled walk-in. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, 1 being the lowest, how mentally refreshed are you feeling today? Response, zeal. Noted. With hope, our highly trained refreshment facilitators will share your promising self-diagnosis. Medicament dispensement has concluded for the day. Farewell statement. May refreshment soon render you free from doubt. A vital cog once more.
Luxury and resplendence. The system provides, the system abides.
The only thing that man's ever loved is the sound of his own voice.
The lowliest subject to the most exalted vigilant.
The kitchen pantry is presently off limits due to anomalous structural tampering.
It is the duty of every Protectorate subject to ensure they are operating at peak efficiency at all times. The paradigm requires it. That's why mental refreshment is so important.
The mental refreshment process increases tractability, stifles undue agitation, stymies untoward inclinations, and refashions the mind into a thing of symmetry.
Pondering begets disharmony.
Your realignment with the paradigm begins now.
The Protectorate possesses the advanced technology and know-how behind the mental refreshment process.
My irregularities have all been
Don't forget, your unthinking compliance lets the paradigm run with flawless efficiency. Unthinking is essential. Unthink today. Unthink tomorrow. Unthink forever.
Never doubted. Their zeal never lagged.
Yeah.
While there are many mental refreshment facilities to be found throughout Arcadia, Placid Waters Wellnetarium here on Praetor is uniquely special.
It is personally overseen by Head Refresher Gould, the top cognitive deviser responsible for making the mental refreshment process more refreshing than ever.
Oh, a new face. Well, I'd welcome you to the Wellnetarium, but the designated subject reader ought to have attended to that by now. I was once a victim of imperfect thoughts. Oh, I had so many questions. But my questioning days are long gone. You'll feel ever so much better once your phrenometric peaks have been abraded.
Greeting, unscheduled walk-in.
That's why we are all happy and contented, and others are not.
prudence dictates we repel invasive elements.
Mediated! Lethally!
Placid Waters Wellnetarium.
Combatant scan. Hostile in proximity. The top cognitive divisor responsible for making the mental refreshment process more refreshing than ever.
Is a fellow subject lacking the zeal for their assigned work? Report them for mental refreshment post-haste. It's not just a good idea, it's the law.
To ensure they are operating at peak efficiency at all times.